you know, as the whitest you can get, you know. So therein lies a major rift, you know, rift of differences, probably disparity in terms of income, upbringing, privileges, and so forth and so on. I won't get into orchestrated communities. There are people with privileges and they're able to get to where they need to go. Without having all the money at the get-go, but it helps to have money, and it helps to have parents who are already college educated, say, you know, it depends. So all kinds of people can come on your path. And, oh, right, me. How about that? So, okay. They wanted to see. Oh, okay. So this is, hi, how are you? Thank you. Thanks. Sorry, I wanted to show, I can't believe how high these fences are. Like, it's a big deal. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So they're putting this all up and around. We got Pearl Jam on the scene. So are we going this way? Don't do that? Okay. So, and of course, the Jewish History Museum is over here. So that is also a major concern. This is 5th Street. I'm pretty sure they said 4 through 7. So I'm certain they will begin at some point to put the fencing all the way back to 4th Street. And this is Market. So Market runs east-west. And then Fox News is all the way down there on 4th. The Jewish History Museum, which is a major concern right now. I think Penguin 6 said there was he would say a suspect package thrown at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. the other day, like a day or two ago. Which is a suspicious package. So this is all a major concern. I will say one thing about Philadelphia, because it's considered among the oldest cities, or the oldest, and the Constitution city. There's probably measures, you know, it's sort of like DC and kind of New York. New York's a little bit more showy, as I hear. In a way, there are people here who probably think they're masters at protecting populations here. Rarely do we hear of a major, you know, suspect situation or what have you, other than your normal domestic crimes. We had a quote-unquote mass shooting down on 3rd, 4th, and South Street in 2021 or 2022. I think it was 2021. But it fit the description for a mass shooting. The difference would be, I'm not sure how calculated it was. It was more, I don't know if a calculated, planned mentality is involved in mass shooting definition, but most of us think someone goes into a school and goes ballistic. Someone goes into a workplace and goes ballistic, and it's somewhat planned on some level unless they're triggered. But we won't get into puppet masters. But anyway, we have in other videos, but it takes a village to create a shooter, so we'll just say that. And not just family members, so okay. Anyway, point being, it was considered a mass shooting, but I feel like it was more a crime of passion, where, you know, someone crossed someone got upset, blah blah blah, and a fight broke out, and someone brandished a gun, and so forth and so on. Okay, so we can go in here. So the Liberty Bell is over there, so they're putting up some fencing here, which looks different than the fencing closer to the Constitution Center where the debate will take place. So this is next to the Liberty Bell, and I can see it internally where they don't want people on the lawn, probably. So we'll see what that looks like. Getting a little preliminary view of the Constitution Center, Independence Mall, Liberty Bell, the most historic location in Philadelphia. Independence Mall East, 5th Street, detour. Someone said that about my life once. They're like, well, we just need to take you on a little detour. I was like, what, for 13 years? Are you kidding? So all right, so sidewalk closed. So I imagine, I see construction also, so it's probably a little bit of both. Protection and construction, and I don't know how long this has been going. Oh, they're digging up a trench next to the sidewalk, and I see pipes and stuff like PVC piping, plastic white pipes. So this is more about another issue, but it probably helps, you know, that it's here already. They already knew. This will be going on. Oh, they have Gap sort of branded or engraved on the bucket of that front loader. I had to learn a whole bunch of words as part of my detour. So I do see small barricades down here. I don't know if, are they normally here for the line at the Liberty Bell, or do they put these in just for the, we'll go over here. So you can kind of see the fencing, and what is it, 10 feet high approximately? So between 8 and 10 feet high, these the steel fencing structure. The National Constitution Center is way down there. So I have a tattoo on my right arm. I have a story behind these tattoos. Sometimes I want to get them removed, but originally I had 2 small tattoos, one on each internal forearm, because I was able to actually secure a freelance contracting gig, and at the time it was like the .com industry. I was actually a writer, and I didn't know anything about, you know, the .com world, but it was heavily promoted to be a freelancer. And I felt free from something, because everywhere I worked, I couldn't put up with office politics or the dynamics. People coming in who were still quite young, having a little bit too much attitude or doing weird things. Like, people would actually do weird things. So here's some barricade fencing. I don't know that it's always here, but it's here now. So, anyway, so I felt like a sense of freedom, if you will, by being a freelancer. Should we go this way? Or? So I felt a sense of freedom by being a freelance writer, and I had felt very compelled and urged to get 2 small tattoos, one on my inside left, and then another one which is inside the wing of this owl. And it was actually I studied a little bit of Hebrew just as like a pastime, sort of a brain enhancer, and I was interested, you know. So Beit Gimel Samek Ayin and Shin. So these are letters from the Hebrew, what they call alphabet, and in some, you know, veins of Hebrew, each letter has very deep meaning. It would be more Kabbalistic in nature, I guess. I just found a book in Barnes & Noble, and they had pictures of each letter and what it meant to more spiritual or mystic people. And anyway, so I got the tattoo, and then much later, you know, this is way back when I got the small ones. Much later in 2000, when was it? I have to check with my people. 17 or 16. Around 2016 or 17. We'll go across really quick. I began experiencing something in 2011. It put me on a weird treadmill. It's sort of like, Jane, stop this crazy thing. In that experience, which I didn't know what to do about per se, I kept getting the message, and we get messages, and how do you know if it's you or someone from the dark side of, say, the CIA or what have you, pushing you to maybe look like a San Francisco CIA creature, you know? So, rocky road to democracy, it's nuts, just vote. I won't vote because of what happened to me, no offense. When they fix and